talking about? We're about to start the goddamn show. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Here's the Thing. I'm Tim Young, your host, and we don't really have an audience tonight live. So if you're in DC and you want to come hang out, you should come hang out. You're not going to make it here in time to be a part of the show, so it doesn't matter. I want to wish a happy birthday tonight to Tanya Grimsley, who is our social media person who pushes this through to the Liberty Alliance Network. She's usually home in Georgia. She's actually taking tonight off. Also, somebody else's birthday tonight, Bernie Sanders, who I would love to wish a happy birthday to, but every day is like a birthday when you're a sellout. You might remember the 9/11 report, the extra 28 pages that were redacted that were released by Congress just a few weeks ago. You might remember it. But our president doesn't. He just gave $1 billion worth of weapons to Congress, which if you think to Saudi Arabia, which if you think about it, after a little shooting, they try to take away all of our guns in America. But after they attack us on 9/11, you give them $1 billion worth of weapons? That kind of doesn't make sense. It also came out this week that the president and White House gave Iran $1.7 billion in cash. $1.7 billion in cash. In my mind, when this happened, it went a little something like this.
Yeah, I'm in this bitch with terror. Got a head full of stacks, better grab an umbrella. I make it right, I make it right. I'm in this bitch with terror. Got a head full of stacks, better grab an umbrella. I make it right, I make it right.
I like the forklift full of money. That's how it happened. They had Lil Wayne make it rain on them in the Middle East. That's exactly how they gave out the money. By the way, if you're going to give $1.7 billion worth of something to someone, just give them the Redskins. The Redskins are worth $1.7 billion. We can just ship over the whole team. You can take the stadium. Nobody cares. We'll just give them that. This week, I won't show the video of Hillary coughing. If you want to see it, go ahead and look it up because it'll actually make you feel like you need to cough. 4.5 minutes of Hillary coughing at an event in Cleveland, then followed up by another 2 minutes of her coughing on her plane. She's sick, people. You can't get over it. And actually, if you take a look at this image here, everyone on stage is prepared for her coughing. Tim Kaine has cough drops. The little volunteer on the side has cough drops. She has 2 cough drops in her glass. How many cough drops does it take to keep her from coughing? In fact, if she wins the presidency, I would invest in Halls. You're allowed to laugh, by the way, guys. I don't know if you knew this or not. Now, our crack staff did the math on this. Oh, God. No, it's too late. Now it's just pandering, and it seems awful. Our crack staff did the math on this. For her Goldman Sachs speaking cost of about $225,000 for 45 minutes, and a cough being about 2 seconds, that means each cough is roughly worth $167. So to value her coughing fits, this little number here, when she coughed for 2.5 minutes, that was worth $15,000 of coughing. And for the other day, the 4.5 minutes in Cleveland, $22,500 worth of coughing. She's basically coughing up a Prius every time she goes into a fit. Here's some Pulitzer Prize winning award, some journalism. The ABC News reporter rolled an orange to her in her plane, Hillary Clinton, and said, "Hey, who would you rather have dinner with, Trump or Putin?" It came back circled Putin, which you can already assume she's denied and everything else you can think of. But about 10 minutes later, they actually did deny that she would rather have dinner with Putin than Trump. And they said that she once dined with Putin, so that's why they circled it. They're making excuses for stupid yes or no questions on oranges now. How bad can this candidacy be? It's really tough with no one here. It's so quiet. Everyone's like silently laughing around me. It's so bad. The Commander-in-Chief Forum was last night, hosted by Matt Lauer. Could he have done a worse job? We don't know. Social media went crazy last night with the question, when's the actual debate? It's just the same speeches over and over again. Why would anyone want to see that? If you didn't see this, Gary Johnson this week showed exactly why he should never be a candidate for anything again, or maybe why you shouldn't smoke that much weed. Take a look at how he reacted to the term illegal immigrant.
Elected about Aleppo.
About
Aleppo.
And what is Aleppo?
You're kidding.
No.
He's losing his mind. And then this morning on Morning Joe, when he was asked about Aleppo, what he would do about Aleppo, he said this.
Elected about Aleppo.
About
Aleppo.
And what is Aleppo?
You're kidding.
No.
At least he was honest. What is Aleppo? He was very earnest with his not knowing. He didn't make excuses. That's a good quality of a politician or your pothead friend that you went to college with. But either way, one or the other, it works. Now, here's the best part. No one actually knows what Aleppo is. Everyone tried to Google it to make fun of him. I didn't know what it was. I'm not going to pretend to be smarter than anyone else. Unlike the New York Times, who went ahead and condemned him, and you can see right over my shoulder, it's the de facto capital of the Islamic State. No. Actually, after you Google it, which everyone in the world did, it's just a big town in Syria where they fight and kill everybody. But yeah, so New York Times did it, MSNBC, actually a former Secretary of Defense on MSNBC this morning also got Aleppo wrong. They just can't get it right. Nobody can get it right. So you can't mock somebody unless you actually find out what the joke is, unless you're a comedian who's paid to make fun of people and not to actually do the research. We should have a staff do that, right? That's like somebody should get paid on this show.
Maybe somebody in the audience.
Maybe somebody in the audience just for showing up. If you guys are paying attention to the news this week, the president of the Philippines called President Obama a son of a whore. I'm not going to argue whether or not that's accurate, but I did want to start a segment here on the show called Why You Probably Shouldn't Visit the Philippines. The president of the Philippines was elected to office based on the fact that he said he would kill 100,000 drug criminals in the first 6 months of being in office. So far, if you do the math, well, let's get to that in a second because our slides are out of order here. 114,000 people have turned themselves in. 114,000 people. That's an awful lot for a very kind of small nation. So he's killed 2,000 people. He's got 98,000 left. If you show up to the country drunk, we can't bleep it, but you're effed. You're just done. He's going to kill you. You're done. And by the way, I thought the president was Manny Pacquiao. Isn't everything to do with the Philippines Manny Pacquiao? Isn't that what it's supposed to be? Crime's only down 15%. Think about that. 114,000 people have turned themselves in. 2,000 are dead, and crime is only down 15%. It's a lot of killing. Just don't go to the Philippines. I know you were planning your next vacation there. Don't. I'm going to get a letter. They're going to say you should go to the Philippines. Now come hang out. No, I don't think so. They're going to kill me. Finally, oh no, we got two more. The Mets today signed Tim Tebow, my favorite team. I'm so glad to have somebody on the inside praying for the team so that I don't have to pray for them from the stands anymore. And in entertainment news, Ann Coulter was at the Rob Lowe roast this week where she was called the C word 19 times. Can you imagine what it would be if I don't know, Lena Dunham and Amy Schumer were called the C word 19 times? Look at them. Look how angry they would be. There's a picture of them just angry together on the streets.
Always.
They're always just social media. Those two sexy ladies. God. Awful.
They didn't check who was wearing what.
They didn't know. They dressed like. Don't you hate it when you go out in public dressed like your friends?
The Met Gala.
You didn't tell me you were wearing black.
You wore the black underwear? You smell so nice. We can do this for hours.
I'm wearing Hefty.
So that's where the show's going. I want to thank our sponsors.
I think
What?
This is a Glad fundraiser.
It's a fundraiser for Glad.
Oh, God.
That was a better joke. I love it when we have intelligent audience members throw in better jokes than I did. That was a fundraiser for Glad. I'm not paying you for that. I don't know what your hourly is, but somebody's watching right now. It's really offended. Anyway, I want to thank our sponsors every week, Gen FKD and The Adventures of Phil and Billary. We've got their latest cartoon for you right now. Go ahead and roll it. We'll be right back with our special guest, Cameron Gray.
The Lying Adventures of Phil and Billary. You get to decide where satire ends and reality begins. Based on real events, all names have been changed to protect the privacy of the not-so-innocent.
It took an extra push in the primaries, but today the White House is mine! Just you wait. There are changes to come. Changes to come. Changes to come. Changes to come.
Mr. Squinton, sir, can we be of service in any other way?
Please, call me Phil. And I just love all these bouncy balloons here in the oral office. Why don't y'all blow a few more of them up? I like watching that.
Welcome back to McSquinton! Which favors can we do for you today?
Let's see. I like a massive NSA data leak and a drone strike. And I take those super secret. Even my people would riot over that stuff.
Super secret number 4 and number 3 coming right up. Also, all orders today come with a commemorative pantsuit. Please pull ahead and pay at the next window.
Hey ladies, I hear when you rub these on your clothes, they stick. Want to give it a shot?
Welcome back to the show. Now, I want to say that this segment is brought to you by thelead.com. It's a new publication you should take a look at online. And also my forthcoming book, How to Not Be Offended by Online Trolls. Now, here's a trick. It's a 2-page book. It's going to be on Amazon next week. You can share it with your friends. The entire book is, if you're offended by online trolls, you take your computer and you do this. And then you go outside and you have a life. You're welcome. That little bit of advice, that little bit of life advice will get you a long way. I'm here with blogger for Ricochet, blogger for Opportunity Lives,
Yep.
Cameron Gregg. Cameron, how you doing?
Listen, Tim, when I was a kid, I wrote in my diary that one day I would skip the opening of an NFL season to be on your show. And it came true. And I'm so happy to be here for this. You're the only person I would miss,
number one, I
would miss
hate you.
football for.
Number one, I hate you. Number two, it's probably teams you're not even watching tonight,
But
right?
it's football. Who cares?
I care. I don't,
You watch?
I'm not,
You
you know I'm
watch?
not a football guy, right?
Oh, okay.
I'm a baseball guy.
But I'm a baseball guy.
I'm
too,
a Mets
but
guy, too, so my season's been over for a while.
I'm a Dodgers guy, so we're still in it. But
Oh.
but it's the NFL. It doesn't matter. It's just the teams. You just watch them.
Are they paying taxes this season?
Highly doubtful.
Okay. Are they taking knees for the national anthem? Because I will. You taking a knee for the national
The
anthem?
story today is that the Seattle Seahawks, as a team, are going to take a knee.
On 9/11.
On 9/11, they're going to take a knee as they've decided they're either going to do it separately, they're all going to do it together, or they're not going to do it at all.
So what if there's one person that dissents?
Well, Russell Wilson, I heard, already said he's not going to be part of it. So who knows? Maybe I'm sure there will be a contingent of Seattle Seahawks who will still do this. But we've opened this door now to this disrespect. It's going to be a weekly basis until someone, because of course it's his right not to do it, but the league is going to have to step in and say, listen, this is a problem, because now you got. I don't know if you saw the story with this Megan Rapinoe or something. She's
the nobody soccer player
who now is like the biggest star on earth. Everyone's reporting on her. I see her stories every 4 hours on the Hill because she took a knee. And yesterday here in town, we both live here. I had no idea there was a professional soccer team, a professional women's soccer team. Apparently she was in town, and they actually tricked her and played the anthem before she came to the field.
Good.
But why should it's not good? Why should we have to change our lives around to avoid the protest of a complete nobody?
Absolutely.
It's
well,
not
now you make sense. You make sense. But the NBA has a rule that you are not allowed to sit during the national anthem. You have
the
to
NFL's
stand.
going to need that rule.
Yeah.
They're going to need to. I mean, listen, especially because the NFL, their entire month of November is salute to service, right? So 9/11 is one thing, but they're going to, everything is camouflage, camouflage pins, camouflage foam around the goalposts, and you're going to play the national anthem with people sitting and kneeling. It's a bad look. But by then, this has got to be sorted out. They can't let this go.
And
it's so bad for the league.
And the show is now becoming more about
all
the
about
players,
this.
the individuals, the special snowflakes.
Yeah.
This is a millennial thing, right? This is kind of
It
a...
absolutely is. But it's weird because usually things on the left backfire, and now we're all talking about the national anthem, and the broadcasts, which have always joined the game before kickoff, have always covered over the national anthem with commercials. Now they're going to show the national anthem to see what idiots sit down. So it might spread the national anthem. So there's a silver lining there, but it's a mess.
Don't you think the PR people for the league in particular?
Oh, can you imagine them right now?
They got to be losing their minds.
Dying.
Because as far as
the Seahawks, you imagine they've already got press releases going. They've already got. I mean, unless the owner or the coach says something, but the coach of the Seahawks, Jonah Blank his name right, he's a 9/11 truther. So you think he has any love for this country?
Building 7. Does anybody who's number 7 on the team? They're going to tell him just to avoid.
Russell Wilson is 7.
Is he 7?
I don't know.
Russell Wilson 7? Russell Wilson is building 7. That's why he won't take a knee for the national anthem.
Yeah.
Oh my!
So that's going to be
God.
a very, very interesting story.
If we could do a dramatic zoom in. Oh my God.
We'll fix it post.
But no, that's where we are. So everybody's a special snowflake. Everybody has to be something different. And if you take a look at what I was going to say about the PR people in the league, as far as patriotism goes,
Right.
association with sports,
Right.
NASCAR,
NFL, 1 and 2.
Right,
absolutely.
yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
Yeah.
What is he thinking? Is it being a special snowflake Kaepernick in San Francisco? Is that what the deal is? He's in that bubble there?
No, because it's not just him, because it has spread obviously to Seattle with this Rapinoe, and I think some other, I forget what the other team was. This is pockets of this that are happening around the country. So I wouldn't ascribe it to San Francisco. I mean, of course, it's a garbage liberal town. It's beautiful, it is. It's horrible. But I don't think it's because I think he would have done this anywhere. I don't think it's a matter of being in San Francisco. I'm sure he's got a lot of fans doing this. But at the same time, we now see sales of the Kaepernick jersey are #1 right now on as far as jersey goes. That's nationwide.
Do they come with BLM patches on the side? By the way, we cut it off early, but comedian Kenney, who's going to be on the show in a little bit, he took a knee during the national anthem before the show.
Yes.
We refused to show it.
Yes, I did.
Because we love America here.
That's right.
Yes, I did.
And by the way, at the very end of the show, we're going to be taking questions. So if you guys have questions, ask me anything. At the very end of the show, we have our trained tech crew, our cracked tech crew standing by to ask anything that you want to ask. It's massive.
Behind the camera, it's kind of like how I picture like the old shows, like the Honeymooners. You know, the huge staffs.
Huge staffs.
They're everywhere.
Yeah,
it's not like the
I
trimmed
hate
down
you.
new shows.
I hate you so much, Cameron Gray.
What the?
I hate you. Anyway,
It's gonna be the show.
Did you watch the Commander in Chief forum? It's called
I watched-
Commander in Chief forum because it's not a debate, and they had to come up with. Could you imagine being in the board meeting when they were like, "We got to come up with a catchy name for this."
Right.
Commander in Chief forum. Did you watch it at all?
I watch it on Twitter, as
Yeah.
I watch most things these days, where I find it much more informative. You know, it's there's so many things wrong with what happened last night, and I don't hold water. I'm not gonna. I'll say sorry. I will vote for Trump. I'll hold my nose and vote for Trump because I can't vote for her, and there's no other option.
There's no options.
I mean, let's just be honest. So all these never Trumpers and whatever, fine. If that's your thing, that's your bailiwick. God bless you. Do your thing. I'm going to vote for Trump, warts and all. I mean, that's it. But he says dumb things, and he does dumb things. But she is. I mean, honestly, I see people, and I know everyone. You know, we live in a culture with so many different opinions. I literally can't imagine supporting her. You know, I see these people with the hashtag I'm with her. I mean, she's the most vile, awful, criminal, disgusting, horrific woman, or person, forget woman, person who could be running for this.
Be careful because we are on Capitol Hill and people get shot up here for saying things like that.
I understand. But it's just, it is so bad. And but the craziest thing is, you know, we saw how everyone's saying, oh, you don't question her health. Sarah Silverman came out today, you're an a-hole if you question Hillary's health. And the press, people were like, no, stop asking these questions. And there was this story all day today. Hillary press camp, you know, clamps down on all this stuff. So you got that going on, and then you have Matt Lauer, who is just a chucklehead. I mean, he's Hoda Kotb without the wine. Right?
Yes.
I mean, he's really just there to talk about puppies and maybe throw him an interview with it. He's not a serious journalist.
Yeah.
I know the Today Show holds itself up as like the morning show that's more newsy and everything, whatever. But you know, after he's done, there's a section of gluten-free brownies. I mean, I don't.
Well,
take-
where in the world is Matt Lauer?
where
He's
is he?
eating feta in Greece.
Up in Antarctica.
Yeah.
But, so I mean, for them, I mean, listen. NBC and NBC News is a train wreck when it comes to impartiality and bias. But there are so many people at NBC News that what it will be a disastrous debate moderating coming up in a month or so. But everything about last night was totally ridiculous. But Hillary, of course, gets the halo effect the next day. And I saw like, one of the most tweeted questions was, is Matt Lauer a Trump supporter? That's what people get out of it. That's what low-info voters get out of this stuff. They see that, and Hillary pushes back, and the press just says, okay, fine, you know, whatever you want. I saw today the AP is back 2 weeks later, deleted a tweet about the whole thing about foreign influence and foreign money.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they deleted the tweet because now they have new context. The new context is the Huma or the campaign manager with F-bombs on the phone. I can't believe it took 2 weeks.
That's unbelievable. Did you see last night the pictures that it seemed that there was an earpiece?
Yes. What do you think?
I don't think there was. I want there to be.
I want there to be. Yes,
but I don't think there
I
was.
want there to be. But even they are.
She knows her questions are softballs. She's got her stuff figured out. There was no challenge there.
Yeah, if they were going to do that, they need like a bigger wig to like cover it up. I mean, they're slick as Slick Willie, of course, for a reason. This is a slick operation.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. they're not going to. I can't imagine they're going to have beer or anything. I can't see it.
No, it doesn't.
It's one of those things that you're like, God, that's so great. Maybe InfoWars has it once, right?
They did. They almost got it. They almost got it. Listen, Cameron Gray, love talking with you. Stick around for a little bit. We're going to come back with a segment in a couple of seconds. A little trivia segment called Get It Right or Drink. This should be pretty fun. We've got Jack Daniel's 150th anniversary whiskey with us tonight. And yeah, we're going to have a little bit of fun here. Kenny Speed's coming on. And maybe Kalen, the guy who runs the coffee shop here at Bourbon Coffee. We'll talk to you in a bit. Welcome back to the show. We're going to play Get It Right or Drink. And we've already done a little bit of damage on this
Just a little.
150th anniversary of Jack Daniel's. Came out this week, actually. It may have came out today, I saw on the internet. So you don't have any in your cup, or do you have any in your cup? Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Are you sure?
A little bit more.
Yeah, you need a little bit more. Let's go. Let's get this, let's go here. And of course, here you go. Kaylin, go ahead down there. Pass that back in a second. And guys, by the way, start sending in your questions if you have any questions. I'm going to ask trivia about the week. Pass it back this way. I'm going to ask trivia about the week, and because we're not on national television, I think we can drink. I think that's how that works. Trivia about the week, and then from there, if you get it wrong, you drink. All right. Gentlemen, and you each have to answer this, and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong, and then if you're wrong, you drink.
Okay.
Gary Johnson was in the news this week. What is his middle name?
I'll drink right now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's it. We'll give up.
It's Earl. Gary Earl Johnson.
Wow.
In case you're wondering, he sounds like a shooter, right? Gary Earl Johnson. Sounds like somebody
Like that.
Got the three names.
All right. Hillary destroyed a bunch of her cell phones. She said that she only had one while she was at the Secretary of State. She had 13 Blackberries and 5 iPads. How many phones did she destroy by hammer?
Was it
5?
2? 3.
Kenny, you don't have to drink. It was 2. You guys have to drink.
Nice job, Kenny. The expert on phone destruction.
Exactly.
All right, now I'm going to skip who is Megan Rapinoe because and the answer to that was a no-name soccer player who was running off of the Colin Kaepernick thing.
Somebody you'll forget next week.
Okay, what do the following products have in common? Oxy Power, Winter Sun, and Secret 12.
Billy Mays.
I'll take my drink right now.
What do the following products have in common? Oxy Powder, Winter Sun, Secret 12.
Power.
And you're out of time. All right. They are the 3 of the 15 products that they sell on InfoWars after they try to peddle things to you.
My next guess was going to be
just.
I thought it was like solar power.
I thought it was hand soaps at the FDA ban
No,
this
I
week.
couldn't even answer that question.
Just in time, just when you start to believe something InfoWars says, they try to push liver cleanse items to you, and Oxy Powder, Secret 12, and Winter Sun. I don't know. That they're also probably Axe smells. That's what they sound
You
like.
think Alex Jones uses Axe?
I don't think he uses anything. All right. Here's an easy one. How much did the USS Zumwalt cost? That is the Navy's fastest and largest battleship that came out this week. Destroyer that came out this
Yeah, I'm
week.
about to say that's the newest.
How much did it cost?
$2 billion.
I want to say 16 billion.
I was going to say $2 billion.
$3 billion. Everybody drinks.
Oh, so
I'm going to drink to catch up with you guys.
Isn't that Price is Right rules?
I need some
Close
more.
without going over.
You need more? It's bad. This is bad. We're going to go downhill here. Let's go. We've got 2 more. This one's a little bit more of your American history. See if you guys were paying attention in college or in high school. What's the 17th Amendment cover? I wanted to hit one of the amendments that no one ever talks about.
I don't know. I will try.
I lost every fight here.
You just wanted to drink on air. By the way, I want to thank Kaylin for being a great manager here at Bourbon Coffee, and Bourbon Coffee in general for hosting us. They are here on Capitol Hill, 621 Capitol Hill, South Pennsylvania Avenue, southeast. So if you guys are on Capitol Hill, and even in Rwanda, there's a Bourbon Coffee. You guys should stop by.
Like
You're big in
summer.
Rwanda,
Yeah.
I heard.
I'm huge in Rwanda. People love me in
Southeast.
Rwanda. Final question of the night. What difference does it make?
Benghazi.
The final question was, what difference does it make?
Just drink.
If you gotta ask,
If you got to ask it.
that's a question Donald Trump is asked.
No, that's what Hillary Clinton's asked. You need to drink the rest of that. You're awful. That's the what. How could you get that one? Kenny, shame on you. Kenny not only drinks, he's fired from the show. Now let's turn to our social media. Do we have any questions? John. John is going to hurry over from the...
Scurry,
Oh, what are you doing? Why are you walking around? Oh, there's an orange.
It's a callback.
Would you rather have dinner with Putin or Trump? Or Tebow? Putin or Tebow? You know, honestly, I think I'd probably get more money out of Putin. I'd love to have dinner with Putin. I bet he'd be fun.
He would be fun.
Would you guys rather have dinner with Putin or Tebow?
Putin would take you out shirtless with wrestle tigers.
I feel like there'd be hookers
Hookers and blow.
and like Ferraris. Like it would be very much so like when it's peaceful in XXX, the movie. Like that's when it would be.
And all the letters would be Cyrillic.
Right.
I would rather Putin.
Yeah, it would be nice. All right, let's go. We have a couple of questions here. What else do you think you can find in Hillary's ear? Probably like some sort of technical implant from when they programmed her, right? There's got to be something in there.
Flux capacitor.
What would have been a better title for the Commander-in-Chief Forum? Fall Asleep Early, the TV show.
That was called Matlock.
It was called yeah, that's right, Matlock. How long ago did you get rid of your BlackBerry? My BlackBerry?
I've never owned one.
Who's ever owned a BlackBerry? Nobody owns a BlackBerry. Government officials.
That's it, yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm sure there's some on this hill, but that's about it.
How can you stand with Kaepernick if he's kneeling? That's brilliant. You can't. You should never stand with him because he hates America
He
and we
doesn't
hate him.
hate America. He doesn't hate.
He doesn't love it.
He loves
One
it.
more. What do you
No, he
got?
doesn't.
Yes, he
He
does.
hates something.
Jerry Miller, did Hillary wear an earpiece last night?
Jerry Miller, did Hillary wear an earpiece last night? Unfortunately, I don't think she did.
No, she didn't.
I want to say she did, but come on, they were giving her softball. She answered the same stock questions.
But there's nothing new learned last night.
Nothing at all.
It's
It was the same,
completely-
and because they didn't have to go at it with each other, it just wasn't
She
worth
also went
watching.
Eminem on Matt Lauer for a minute because he was still trying to ask questions. She was still going. He was trying to cut her off a couple of times. She was still going.
Well, she just keeps, once you turn that switch
Yeah.
on.
Right. She was
Perpetual
going
motion
freestyle,
machine.
straight freestyle.
Did she cough last night? Did she cough
I
at all
didn't,
last
I
night?
didn't hear of any now.
Oh, they loaded her up with whatever to keep her
last
from
night, so
coughing.
I'm not discussing it.
Yeah, just go ahead and drink.
They had the guy with the Ricola horn in the back
Kaylin's
room.
got it right. Kaylin's absolutely got everything right. You drink a lot, don't pay attention to it. That's how we get through things here on Capitol Hill. Absolutely
Get through the
perfect.
day.
Guys, thanks for watching again. This has been Here's the Thing with Tim Young. Next week, new location, 515 C Street Northeast. 515 C Street Northeast, the Interdigital House. It's going to be a really ballin' location, even though we have loved it here at Bourbon Coffee. Thank you, Kaylin. Thank you, Bourbon Coffee.
Thank you.
But we are going to be having a party next week, 515 C Street Northeast. Thank you guys again. It's Here's the Thing. We'll be here next week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and of course, always archived on Eagle Rising Network. Thanks so much.